Hi Pisces, how are you? How's it going? You're very welcome here today. This is Eriu Tarot and I'm Eriu. I'm going to be doing your weekly reading for March the 20th to the 26th, 2017. Hope you had a really nice Paddy's weekend and you got out and let your hair down a bit. Sure you did. You guys like to be part of things, not always the centre of attention, but you like to be involved in the experience and the environment. Now, so if this reading doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. What you can do is check your moon and your rising sign as well. Sometimes they carry more weight for you. Depends on the degrees on your natal chart. So for instance, I'm Libra sun, Gemini rising, Leo moon. And for me, the degrees of Libra and Gemini are actually quite close. It's like 14 degrees into 15 degrees. So I have this lovely balance of both. So I don't really go near the Gemini rising readings when I look at them, but I do go near the Leo ones because my moon is quite strong. Interesting. So now, let's see what's going on with you. I'll leave a link at the bottom if you want. If you're not sure, I'll leave a link at the bottom. You can have a look for yourselves, okay? Excuse me. Right, so what I'm doing for you is the 4-card spread known as My Greatest Strength. So I want to bring you into the week on a positive note, right? So what is your greatest strength? So it's your current greatest strength, how you can utilize it, the road it will lead you to, and what you need to develop from it, okay? So let's see what's going on with you. Okay, interesting. So we've got a few things going on here. Excuse me. Now, so your first card is your current strength, which is the 2 of Wands. So 2 of Wands is building something, it's development, but it's really creative. It's not like, say, Pentacles or 3 of Pentacles where you have to build from the ground up. You're physically doing it. And in a way you are, but it's more of a creative force. And I know Pisces, you guys are so creative. Like, I have to say, I really admire that about you. You have this wonderful creative spirit that you have that ability to just put things out there and allow them to fall wherever they may. Whereas some other signs may be quite restrictive in that creativity and are slightly intimidated and worried by letting something like that out. But not you guys. So here you are, you're letting that creativity out, you're letting it flow, but you're developing it. And here you've got the world in your hands. So this is your greatest strength. Your greatest strength is being able to develop in a creative manner with a fiery force and understand that you hold the world in your hands, but really it's your own world. You understand your own world a lot more than other people do. And by that I mean other people don't always acknowledge their world, but you do. You're so fluid in it. But here you're bringing a bit more fire, and that's great. That's lovely. And it's quite solid. You have a 2 here. You're balancing yourself out between the actual creative process and the direct firiness that it might need to push it forward. So starting off a week, it's great. So your second one is how you can utilize this strength. So this is the Page of Pentacles. Now, as I said, Pentacles, building, it's an earthly element. It's Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. You're building from the ground up. But here we have a page. Pages are known as the students of the tarot. I call them the rookies because they're not quite sure of what they should be doing. They've been given a gift in their particular suit, but they're not quite sure how to use it. But here it's saying how you can utilize this beautiful creative force that you have is by becoming a kind of a student again, keeping your eyes wide open, asking the questions. But because he's Pentacles, he's learning to build it from the ground up. He understands that material goods are important. He understands that wealth is important, and wealth can be money or it can be anything else that you regard or you deem as wealthy, for instance, like your health. But it's really the grinding stone, grafting for your craft. It's understanding that process. So you bring this wonderful fiery creativity out of your world into our world. But you do that by really laying the foundations of the craft, understanding the mechanics of it, and creating it in that sense. So it's nice, you have your dreams, but you're making it a conscious decision to be practical. And that's what you need when you've got dreams. You need that balance between that airy magic and that earthly plane. And what that will bring you to is the road here. This is the road it will lead you to, which is the King of Wands. So you've gone from Two of Wands to King of Wands, like you've jumped. And this is how you'll feel in your week. You feel like after all this grafting for your craft, you'll understand things a lot more. You've gathered this wisdom of creativity. And now you own it. You sit on your throne and you own it. So it's not just like you hold the world in your hands now. You have the world. You are part of it. You own it in a different way. You sit on your throne. There's a certain amount of action that kings take. Kings are very action orientated. You've got queens, they're passive, but they still get stuff done. Kings are action orientated and they get stuff done. Especially this king. He understands that creative fire energy. And he's looking back. He's looking over. He's looking over these two. So in a way, you're kind of looking back over your week saying, God, you know, that was really hard. Or that was something different. I really had to graft there. But now I totally understand it. That's wonderful. You're feeling a lot more solid. And even though fire is not your element, now you've got this understanding of what that creative fiery force really is. I thought that's great. And you can communicate in that way to people who actually own this element as well. It's an understanding of people here. Now your last card is what strength you need to develop. Okay, so you've got the Queen of Swords, right? So you don't actually have any of your own element here, and that's fine, because I think Sagittarius was the same. So to me that means you're actually stepping out of yourself, out of your comfort zone, and you're trying new things that aren't really well known to you. And when you do that and you obtain knowledge, you can communicate in great ways to other people. And that's what you have here. Understanding that creativity, understanding the graft, becoming that creativity, and then learning how to communicate that. Queen of Swords is all about communication, logic, truth, and thought. And here she is. Now the Queen has been given this sword. Actually, no, she hasn't been given this sword. She has obtained this sword. All the other queens have been given gifts. She hasn't. She's had to fight her way to get this sword. And she's had to fight her way to get this knowledge and wisdom. And that's what she brings to people. And she's up on her throne and she's in the sky. And sometimes it can kind of feel like a bit of a lonely card. Like you're doing it all yourself. And it certainly seems like you are. There's no one really around you. But that's not such a bad thing. That builds character. And this character you're building is of benefit to you. So here she is, this Queen of Swords. So she was holding, here you are as the king, holding his wand, understanding it all. Not only have you gone from fire, but you've gone to this air-like quality. So your ability to communicate your creative pursuits and endeavours is really good. I actually like her more than the King of Swords. Maybe because I'm a Libra and I understand this, but for me, when I said about graft for your craft, whatever that may be, she completely understands that. She understands the method of grafting. So what you need to grow, what your strength is that needs to develop, is your communication of how your creative pursuits and your workflow, how that is beneficial to other people, or how it just works. Because as Pisces, I know you can be kind of quiet. You have that nurturing water energy. And sometimes you don't always stand up and say what it is that you feel really passionate about. But now you are. Now you're starting to. So you have these two lovely elements, the fire and the air, and they're complementary. You know, fire needs the air to make it grow. So you have the best of both worlds here. And also you understand kind of the male and female aspect of yourself. You understand that action-orientated king, full of fire, gets stuff done. But gets stuff done in a way that incorporates the queen and her ability to say what she needs in a way that doesn't affect anyone. So this is your week. And it ain't so bad, is it? It's actually quite nice. You're characteristically developing yourself and your craft. So I want you to stay in this lovely energy. Maybe stay in it for the next 2 weeks and see how you get on. Definitely grow on this. Utilize her. Her ability to speak is just out of this world. For want of a better word. She's up in the clouds. She's not really in our world. She's not grounded. She's up here. So utilize that. Grow on that, okay? So let's go back. So you've got your current strength. the Two of Wands, understanding creative pursuits, holding the world in your hands, being stable in it, being balanced. How you can utilize it, the Page of Pentacles, being a student, looking at it with fresh eyes, but understanding you got to graft for your craft, being practical in your practices. Then the road it will lead you to is the King of Wands, growth, creative growth, really understanding what it means to be creative and fiery and how you interpret that. And from that is the strength that you need to develop, which is the ability to effectively communicate your actions, your craft, and your creativity. That's pretty nice, Pisces. Because you're not here, element-wise, maybe you'll feel a little bit out of your depth. Don't let those fishes swim too much against each other. Allow the waters to remain calm. I can't speak today again. Remain calm. And when you do, you'll gather all elements of these three other suits. And your ability to communicate with all of them will be so effective. Not a bad week, eh? Alright, Pisces, this is your reading for March the 20th to the 26th. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please like and leave a comment or a share for all your other Pisces friends or your Pisces rising and moon friends. Remember, I also do private readings in the Dublin area, but if you prefer Skype or video readings, I also do that too. I also do Celtic cross spreads and I do twin flame spreads as well. So if you have a particular love in your life that you want answers to, I can help you with that. Yeah, so have a great week, Pisces. I think you're going to really grow and I'm delighted for you. It's great. Listen, you have a great week and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.